I'm meteorologist Shane Hinton with your Thursday morning tropical update. We are still monitoring several areas across the Atlantic basin. Let's kick things off with Tropical Storm Franklin. It did impact portions of the Dominican Republic and Haiti yesterday, and as you can see, it continues its trip out to the north, eventually making a slight shift toward the east before possibly becoming a Category 1 hurricane sometime on Friday. It then makes its trajectory towards the north. Now, we'll continue to keep our eyes on this as to whether or not it will have impacts on the east coast of the United States. Right now, I think the main concerns are going to be along the coastlines of North Carolina and maybe Virginia, creating some rougher marine conditions. But as I mentioned, we will continue to monitor that for you. I think there's higher interest here locally in this area that could be developing in the northwestern Caribbean. Now up to a 50% chance of development over the next week, 10% over the next 48 hours. This could be something that we're definitely monitoring as it makes its way into the Gulf of Mexico. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at one of the forecast model runs together. Not all of them are fully picking up on this system. In fact, the GFS American model has it very quiet as of this morning, but the European model, that one has a little bit more oomph to it. You can see right there that closed white circle indicating an area of low pressure, then moving into the Gulf of Mexico, and then potentially posing a concern for portions on the west coast of Florida. Now, keep in mind, still very far out, so we'll have to monitor this very closely over the coming days. Two additional areas we're monitoring a lot further out there in the Atlantic. You can see one area has a 70% chance of development over the next 48 hours into a tropical system, and then an area down to where it's south and east has a 40% chance over the next 7 days. Now, since we did have Harold that made landfall in Texas and portions of Mexico a little bit earlier this week, we are on to the I name, which is Idalia. We'll continue to track the tropics for you here in the KVUE Weather Center and provide updates on air and online.